All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. We have an overview to do for you, so say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man and Log and TV, and let's get started. So this is from Divo Knives. You can see the Divo Knives keychain over here, bottle opener, and also the golf towel. No, I'm just kidding. It's like a microfiber thick cloth. Divo consists of Kevin from Lefty EDC and Colin from CM Knife Designs. Both cool guys. Kevin's a little crazy, but I love the guy. And this is a prototype that's going around from Shield and Knives of the Growler. Now, why is this an overview and not a full review? Because this is a prototype. Man, I got junk all over the blade, but this is a prototype that is going to see some changes, quite a few. Now, my understanding is that these are in process, and you're going to see these this fall. Now, first things first, you're not going to see this satin finish. And, you know, it's kind of marked up. I know Stasa had it before me and used it, and I think somebody else might have had it before him. But it's going to be, the final finishes are going to be stonewashed and black washed. And then you're going to have this micarta, I believe. And again, Shieldon is who's making these. So I'm really impressed, guys. The action on this is crazy. As you can see, really nice. You've got this flat-sided micarta. Now, my understanding is they're going to round these edges some. They're not going to technically contour it, but they're going to round the edges so that, you know, it feels more rounded. Because right now, what happens with this guy is, you know, it's not 90, but you definitely feel as if it's a little squared off. And with that being said, with it like it is, it feels awesome in my hand. So it does feel a little square, but that's just because I'm the friggin' CEO, the ergonomics guy. It feels great in the hand. I would take this right like it is in the hand, but with that rolling, that chamfering they're going to do on these edges, this thing is going to feel great. Now, don't worry about the micarta having some junk. It's been passed around quite a bit. You do have flat screws under the pocket clip. Now, this pocket clip, very simple clip, very low clip. Let's see. Does Kevin say I have a list of reversible clip? More? No, I don't see anything about changing the type of clip. So it may be the same clip. Don't mind. It is not all the way to the tip, to the end of the handle here as far as your carry. You got a little bit sticking out. But there's nothing wrong with this clip. Clip comes out in and out of the pocket really well. Goes in. I didn't have any problems. I was just showing you because if you have thicker pant material, you should know about that. Now, this one is not does not have a provision for the reversible clip, but the final one will. You do have this really sweet DK on the pivot here. Really, really cool pivot collar for some accent, which is really sweet. You can see your stop pin here. And then you've got this really crazy belly of a blade. I mean, this thing just has a heck of a belly. Now, when I first got it, it was, again, it came from Stasa, so I'm sure he cut everything, including the house and the kitchen sink with the knife before it came to me. It was a little rough back in here, and it wasn't cutting very well. Except up here on the tip, it was doing fine. But it still felt, like I told Kevin, I said, it still feels sharp. It's just not cutting well. So I stropped this guy a few minutes ago. Well, no, about an hour ago. And I did some cutting with it. And I'm just going to tell you guys, this thing, because what happens is you're starting up here. I don't know what this stock is. And this is not a full review, but maybe I'll get the calipers out in a moment. You're starting up here with very thin stock. And then you are coming down with this long flat grind to a very thin edge. What the heck? Let's get the calipers out. Now, Kevin would tell you, don't listen to me on this because my calipers are pieces of crap, but they work. They'll get by, and they'll tell you at least the basics here. So 0.11 blade stock already. And then this is where I'm really terrible at this, but we'll just give it a shot. See how I'm shaking? So let's just go with 0.02 here. That's not super accurate because I'm not in the right place, but it is definitely coming down to a very thin, slicey edge. Now, you're going to have that stonewash and the flats up here. I just love the look of that and the hole. And you're going to have this really cool stonewash finish and a black or a black wash to choose from. My understanding is these are in the works and will be coming, I think he said early fall. And these will be available for purchase. This will not be a pre-order. They will be available. So really, really awesome. Now, it is a bit taller in the pocket. Let's see, what can I compare it to here? I've got my Rat 2. So you can see it's taller than the Rat 2. It's a tall knife, both in the handle and in, let's just do this. What the heck? I wasn't going to do all this. And then I get started. That's not super helpful anyway. Yeah, no, 1.18. So it's not that. It's just a little over an inch. Not bad whatsoever. But man, just a big, tall blade. And I think that is really cool. And guys, again, it comes down to this slicey edge and you can just get in here. I bet this would be awesome for like around a campfire or for cooking out in the field. I could see using this to, for cutting meat and vegetables and whatever for preparing food out at a campfire. It's not a huge knife. Again, you do get a full 4-finger grip behind that choil area, but then you get this choil area right up here where you can get right up against that blade. And now look how much room I have. Got this whole area for my thumb up here. Feels great. And again, with those rounded edges they're working on, that'll be great. Action-wise, you got a couple of options here. First of all, you got a middle finger flick. And what I do is the hole is a little bigger, and it took a few minutes to adjust to it. But I come back to this corner right here and just flick it right out, and it's fine. Now, what that bigger hole does do is it gives you a really much easier time with the thumb flick, as you can see there. So really, really nicely done in that regard. Now, the pocket clip, because it's so small, man, I'm kind of all over the place in this video. It's not a hot spot. You don't feel it. It's not a hot spot. Not a big deal. Now, lockup wise on this one, and again, this is the prototype, is around 45 or so. Centering, Kevin wouldn't have sent it to me if it wasn't centered, but there it is. Pretty much centered. No lock rock, no blade play. This one's going to be going around to a bunch more folks. And you could, by the way, do you see that? It drops right to your thumb. One little shake. If I could, let's just try this. Yeah, you kind of got to still shake it just a little bit. But man, it just wants to go. Now, out of curiosity, again, this isn't the final. You would say, KC, you should be prepared and have all this stuff out on your table rather than digging in your cabinet. And I would say, then it wouldn't be any fun. All right, 0 out. There we go. 4.09, so just at 4 ounces. And again, that's being a pretty tall, pretty big knife. Let's see, do we have... No, there's no skeletonization. As a matter of fact, guys, this is important to note. Let's see here. Yeah, you do have inset liners, and this is an inset liner lock. I just think this thing is so cool. You have a back spacer. You do have a lanyard hole. Now, what are the other changes? Well, first of all, let's get this out of here, and let's move this so that we can do a couple comparisons for you as well. All right, so comparison number 1 is your Rat 2. There you go. So quite a bit smaller end to end than a Rat 1. Did I say 2? That's the Rat 1. I apologize. And Rat 2, which I'm struggling. There we go. Yeah, just you can see, by the way, it's a lot taller, but you have a little bit more blade on the growler, a little bit more blade and a little bit more handle on the growler than you do on the Rat 2. So what are the changes? Change number 1 will be, this will have a D-shaped pivot. They will chamfer and contour the edges. Reversible clip. a more even grind. Now, there are some spots where it's uneven on the two sides. That's going to be fixed. And better plunge grind, so you can get, you can see that plunge is still kind of going right at the edge there. It's kind of still blending in, so they're going to fix the plunge. And what was the last one? Better lock bar access. So I don't, you know me, I'm a lock bar access snob. It just doesn't stick up a lot. And with that chamfer, it would be easier with a little bit more there. But it's not bad. It's really not, it's not bad. You know, I'm kind of picky about that. And I'm telling you, it's not that bad. So, but they're working on it, and they should, if they can make it better, they should. So there you go, guys. Again, this is more of an overview rambling video than it is a review. This is definitely not a review because, again, there's going to be a lot of changes to this, and I just felt like it wasn't fair. And plus, it's in D2 steel, and it's going to be in 14C28. Oh, and by the way, this is going to be somewhere under $100. I don't know where at this point. I'm not even sure Kevin does. But it's going to be somewhere under $100. And yeah, so there's your video, guys. A little longer than usual because I kind of did some extra stuff there. But hope you enjoyed checking this one out. Kevin, I'm really grateful for you sending it along. And I said at Blade Show when I picked this up, where's mine? Because I am going to buy one of these. I'm going to find a way, no matter what the circumstances are when this one comes out, to get it, because once it's rounded, guys, this thing is going to be money. And the action is surprising. It is very surprising. I didn't know Shielding could do this. And I am very excited to see another really good OEM in the ring. So good job, Kevin and Colin. And guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments of this knife. And I appreciate each and every one of you for watching the Knives Fast channel.